Hey, hold on. Don't scroll past this video because it's very important. If you are a prospective catfish farmer or an existing catfish farmer, then this video is perfectly for you, because there is a notion making the rounds that Clarias is much more preferable than hybrid, and some quarters say hybrid is much more preferable than Clarias. So let's track the balance. To your left on the screen, you have the Clarias Gariepinus pure breed, and then to your right on the screen that is before you, you have the hybrid species that is a combination of Clarias, Gariepinus, and Heteroclarias longiphilis. So one question is, how do I differentiate between the Clarias species and the hybrid species? Okay, so this is what you take note of. For the hybrid, you have larger heads, stronger heads, and then the dorsal fin running from the neck region through, and then there's a disconnect. Then you have the adipose fin before the caudal fin, that's the tail. Unlike the Clarias that has its dorsal fin running through from the neck down to the caudal fin. So there's no break, there's no disconnect, right? And then it has smaller heads. Again, another distinct characteristics of the hybrid is that it has longer barbels, okay, sensitive nervous system, against the Clarias that just has decent and normal sensitive barbels. Okay, so please take note of the pictures. The markings are right there for you to identify the distinct features between these two. Okay, so let's move on and know what's up. Many farmers have often asked this question: Mr. Rookie, which is better to rear and more profitable between Clarias and hybrid catfish? Well, here is my honest submission. Both are good and will thrive in favorable conditions. However, there are distinct characteristics between Clarias and hybrid. So what's the hybrid? The hybrid is a cross between the pure Clarias species and the Heteroclarias longiphilis. All right, so let's even talk about taste. One will ask, which tastes better? For me, I'll opt for Clarias over hybrid, and I have my reasons. If you've experienced the two, please share your thoughts as well in the comment section. And if you've not subscribed, please hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button so we can grow this community together. Remember, your satisfaction will always come first. Now let's come back to business. The pure Clarias species has a sweeter taste because the skin allows for the absorption of more ingredients as compared to the hybrid because it's more tender. Now the hybrid has a firmer and tougher flesh that may not allow for easy absorption of ingredients under same preparatory conditions as the Clarias. So what's the truth here? Right here, especially in Abuja, grillers would prefer the Clarias over hybrid any day, anytime, because it is soothing to the mouth and the taste is distinct and much preferable than the Clarias. You may as well do your findings and come back to the comment section and let us know your experiences, okay? So another distinct characteristics is the stocking period. So as a farmer, one thing you must consider is that the pure Clarias can be grown and harvested in the space of 4 months. Did you get that? So it allows you a good number of cycles in a year as compared to the hybrid. Let me break it down this way. It takes about 7 good months to achieve same results of 1 kg as against 4 months for Clarias. So the hybrid takes a longer time to achieve 1 kilogram of body mass during harvest, right? So remember, turnover is a key parameter when running catfish business. Okay, if you have 12 months in a year and you can run 3 cycles of Clarias, so that's a plus for me. I'm just saying, right? So yes, it's true that hybrids have lesser guts waste as compared to Clarias. So when we're talking about guts, we're talking about the waste products, right? But then I ask these questions often and often: is there really anything as waste in farming? So when you're talking about farming, what is really a waste? The water, the effluents from fish can be given to your plants as a means of fertilizer, organic fertilizer that will grow your food naturally and you enjoy it at the end of the day. So when you're talking about waste, let's talk about BSF, let's talk about magotry. It's a full cycle. You should also understand that people run integrated farms. This is because everything is viable. Everything has a value attached to something else, because catfish farming goes hand in hand with crop production. okay? Because the effluents, like I said, will serve as manure for your plants, right? So if you get to hear people say, oh, the guts are more from Clarias than hybrid, so what do you use to feed your BSF? What do you use to generate maggots in your maggotry unit? Now you can also sell your offals, your guts, the waste, so-called waste, okay, to other farmers, so as to generate funds, to generate money. So the economic value of catfish for me is relatively higher because you can generate a lot of funds from the waste when you sell them, right? Now remember, BSF, maggotry, larva production are supplementary feeds for catfish and other livestock, so put that into consideration. I hope you are also aware that hybrids can be sterile. Hello. This means some hybrid catfish are sterile, meaning that they don't reproduce. Well, like I always say, there's always a balance. Some people, especially farmers, prefer the sterile fish. Like I said, it's a matter of choice. So I also want you to understand that without Clarias, there will be no hybrid. Can you take note of that? Did I hear someone say, that makes sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Without the pure breed Clarias, then there will be nothing referred to as the hybrid. All right, let's come back home. Talking about texture, the catfish pure Clarias can be softer, especially when smoked, which may be preferable by some, not everybody. Okay, I always talk about striking a balance, and that's why I'm here. Lucky's Fish Hub is here to give you the pros and the cons for the both, right? The Clarias is best for fresh consumption, even as some prefer it for smoking because it's softer. Again, it's a matter of choice. So I'm only trying to strike a balance. So one other important consideration is economic loss. The hybrid can be more carnivorous than the pure Clarias. Yeah. So this leads to culture medium. The culture medium that is best for hybrid is the use of earthen ponds. Did you get that? The use of earthen ponds. Whereas Clarias, on the other hand, can be raised in different culture media or mediums, as the case may be. Let me explain. Hybrids can be very sensitive and thrive in a more serene environment, okay, where there's less noise, less human activities, so as to support metabolism and growth. And don't forget, let me even state this clearly. If you can stay up at night to feed your hybrid, then you're good to go. Or else they can be very sensitive, especially during the day. So, can you deal with that? For the Clarias, they don't really care, especially when you're culturing in tarpaulin, plastic ponds, or concrete ponds. Hello, take note of that. Now, let's talk about market demand. The demand for different types of catfish can vary by region and, of course, consumer preference. Some people prefer the thicker and weightier hybrid than the soft and delicious Clarias. So, don't panic. There is market for everybody, including you. Now, let me conclude this way. Both Clarias and hybrid are good, beautiful, they're brilliant in their different distinct characteristics. So it all depends on consumer preference and location. So I'll leave by asking just one more time, which will you prefer? Are you for team taste or team flesh and weight? It's a matter of choice. Remember, I am Mr. Rookie, and your satisfaction will always come first. For me, I go with team taste. Bye for now. Hey, hold on. I hope you've not forgotten our training that is coming up in September. Intensive catfish online training. See, it is for your own good. You're going to learn a lot, and we're going to share our experiences over time with you. Okay? So I'm going to call out my number if you want to reach out to me privately. So +234 8054 292645. Again, +234 8054 292645. So see you in class. Cheers.